Bon après-midi tout le monde. Good afternoon everyone. Welcome to your afternoon yin practice. Alors bienvenue de ton yin pratique du midi. Welcome back Debbie, Nora, hi Carissa, welcome back. So happy that you can join me today. Alors vraiment content que vous êtes ici aujourd'hui. So let's not waste any more time and let's get started right away. So I'm going to show you how we're going to get started. I'll meet you on the mat. Okay. Alors aujourd'hui, si vous avez des blocs ou un coussin épais ou une oreiller, n'importe quoi que vous avez chez toi, tu vas le garder, tu vas mettre-le sur le tapis ou ce que tu sais, derrière de votre cœur vers descendre. So you're going to set up your prop, whatever you have, be it a block, a cushion, a pillow, or even a rolled up towel so that it's really thick. You're going to place it on the mat somewhere where you think your chest may lie when you lie down. So I'm using a block. I have it up on my 6-inch side, but you can always put it lower. And if you're feeling really bold in your practice, you can put it higher. But take your time if you're going to work with this height today. So I'm going to start here. And I have a second block just to support the back of my skull, just in case I need it. So you put it where your head might be. So mettons un autre accessoire que vous avez derrière de votre camp et peut-être tu vas le besoin ou peut-être pas. So you might need it, you might not. So start to lay yourself down. Commence à descendre. Et si ton accessoire est vraiment derrière de poitrine, ça devrait être plus ou moins confortable. So if you have your accessory behind your heart, it should feel more or less comfortable. So take a moment to picture where your heart is in the front of your chest. And again, just reassure yourself that the block is literally behind your heart. I'm sorry if my sweater is a little thick and it's hiding my block, but I'm going to try to lift it here so you can see. And you see my head is now on the block. It's in line with the rest of my spine. But if you're comfortable, you can always move it. Si vous êtes confortable, tu peux toujours enlever l'accessoire derrière de votre cran. So I'm going to choose to stay like this for now, with my feet on the mat. But you can lengthen your legs if you like. Alors, tu peux toujours garder les jambes allongées sur le tapis ou tu peux rester comme moi avec les pieds plantés sur le tapis. And our arms are at our sides with the palms facing up towards the ceiling. Alors, les bras, ils sont allongés à nos côtés, les palmes en face au plafond. And as the chest is lifted up towards the ceiling, let your shoulders drop down towards the mat. And the idea here is just to lift the chest a little. So that we have more space in the chest, between the lowest set of ribs and the diaphragm. And we can take deeper inhales and exhales. So if you like, bring your hands to your ribs and take a deep breath into your hands. And then exhale it out. Encore une fois, on inspire dans les mains. Expire. And just two more, deux autres fois. Inhale. Exhale. Une dernière fois, inspire. Expire. Now continue at your own pace. Continue de prendre tes respirations à ton propre rythme. Les respirations peuvent être longues, ils peuvent être courtes. Breath can be deep, profound, but you can make them grand, you can make it small, you can make them fast or slow, whatever just feels right for you right here, right now. Ça prend environ 1 minute pour que le corps devienne vraiment confortable avec ce qu'on fait avec le corps. So it takes a little bit of time for the body to grow more and more comfortable with what we're doing. So when you feel your body has grown a little more comfortable here, you can choose to keep your knees bent or maybe start lengthening your legs forward. Take a deeper breath in, fill your belly, ribs, and chest. And then a big breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Et pour ceux qui cherchent une plus grosse ouverture au niveau du poitrine, so if you want an even greater opening across your chest, option to take your arms and reach them up and back. Palms towards the sky, backs of your hands lowering towards the mat. They might touch the mat, they might not. So don't force, stay where you're at, and to breathe into whatever it is that you're feeling. Now notice if you're suddenly shortening your breath, you're holding on to it, you're going more tense, more tight here in the pose. And that's natural. That's the body's mechanism to grow tight through the back body in order to protect ourselves when we're feeling threatened. So know that you're in a safe place, you're among like-minded people, and that we're not here to judge. We're just here to go through an experience. And exhale, soften. Allow yourself to sink a little more deeply into the pose. We call this posture supported fish pose because of the opening of the ribs. It almost feels like our ribs are like gills. And the breath is just more obvious along that area. So it's like we're breathing with our ribs as if we were a fish with gills. So maybe with that in mind, take 3 more breaths. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. All right, so from here, you're going to simply bend your knees. And just to make things easy, you're just going to roll to the side off of your prop. Alors, pour que ça soit beaucoup plus facile, on va rouler vers un côté sur le plancher. On descend les blocs ou les accessoires. Et reste sur le côté pour encore 2-3 cycles de respiration. Observe comment l'inspiration monte le côté. Et sur l'expiration, on dégonfle au niveau du côté. When you're ready, you can use an inhale to push yourself up into a seat. Good. And then from here, exhale, legs straight ahead, feet flexed, sit bones grounded on the mat or whatever surface you choose to sit on. Les ischions sont racinés dans le surface que vous êtes sur, soit le tapis, un coussin, les blocs. Avec les mains sur le tapis, descend les épaules, drop your shoulders, roll them down and back with your heart, and sit up as straight and tall as you can. Take a deep breath in. Sur la prochaine expiration, allonge les bras vers le haut, avec les biceps à côté de les oreilles. Biceps are right next to your ears here. So take another inhale. Can you get a little taller in your seat? Avec une expiration, bascule le bassin vers en avant. Just rock your pelvis forward slightly. Take another big breath in, reach forward and up. Et encore une fois, bascule le bassin vers en avant. Descends les bras. On rend le dos. Descends le front. Le front tombe vers les genoux. Ou on peut monter les genoux vers le front. So pick your version of this forward fold and make it passive, because we're not trying to pull or force the body to go somewhere it may not be ready to go. Instead, we're just sort of listening and exploring what feels right in the body and then sticking with what feels right. And that's the thing I love about yoga. It's all about self-exploration. Learning so many things about our body, what our body likes, what the body dislikes, discovering where our strengths, but also where our weaknesses lie. So yoga is really the study of self. So right now you're studying your breath and using it in an effective way. So in a way that helps you find more comfort in the discomfort. Inhale, grow out of your low back. Exhale, forward fold. Des fois, on vient ici et ça, we get more stress and tension here in the neck and shoulders. Alors, un peu plus de stress dans les épaules, dans le cou à cause du tête. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire? On peut mettre les blocs entre les cuisses et les genoux. Faites une structure qui va supporter le front. Et si vous avez besoin, ajoute les mains, ajoute les poings. Because you don't really have to forward fold that deep in order to feel the benefits of this posture. So if you're feeling any discomfort, especially in your lower back, listen to your body and maybe just scale it back a little. Dernière minute ici, final minute. Take 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 2 à 3. Inspire. Expire. Take 1 more breath now. Your biggest inhale so far. Et la plus grande expiration jusqu'à maintenant. Plant your hands under your shoulders. Inspire, et lentement, on déroule le colonne. So lift yourself up slowly. Head comes up last. Exhale. All right. Remove your blocks and lower it down onto your back. Descends complètement sur le dos. Take your time lowering. Scoot forward. Make sure you have enough room. Lentement. On descend sur le dos. Rapproche les genoux vers toi. Bring your knees in towards you. Attrape les genoux avec les mains. So you're holding onto your knees with your hands. Le bas de dos collé sur le tapis. Lower back is glued to the mat. So before we begin here, you're going to trace invisible circles on the ceiling with your kneecaps. On trace des cercles invisibles sur le plafond avec les genoux. So maybe you're circling clockwise here. Alors, après quelques fois, faire la renverse. Reverse your circle. And then from here, I'm gonna bring the knees back in, lower your feet to the mat, bring the feet together and separate your knees wide apart, just like a butterfly. Heels as close or far away as you like. On va faire moitié du papillon et on va faire moitié du posture du bébé. So we're going to keep the left leg on the mat, grounded, or as grounded as best as you can. And we're going to shine the sole of the right foot up towards the ceiling. Bring your right arm along the inside of your right leg and grab the outside of your right foot, or grab your big toe with your peace fingers. And bend your right knee and pull the knee down towards the mat on the outside of your ribs. Good. Left hand can rest on your inner left thigh. Gently encourage the left knee to descend. So here's our half baby on the right and our butterfly pose on the left. Deep breath in through the nose, lengthen your spine on the mat. Exhale, soften. On garde l'en arrière de notre crâne, les omoplates et le sacrum toujours collés sur le tapis. Comme ça, le dos reste dans une position neutre. So this is amazing. We're laying on the back, both shoulder blades and sacrum grounded, which keeps the spine neutral. So imagine this, straight neutral spine with a half baby on the left, on the right, and a half butterfly on the left. We can also do this seated, but it's much more challenging. So enjoy the fact that we're here on the floor. And we're just here for about 5 more breaths on this side. À la fin de votre dernière souffle, when you get to the end of your last exhale, relâche le pied droit, descends le pied, les deux pieds ensemble. So we're lowering the right foot back to the mat, both feet together, knees open wide. Take a big breath in, fill your belly, fill your ribs, fill your chest with all of your breath. Par la bouche, on expire, on se dégonfle. Poitrine, cage thoracique, bas du ventre. Pour l'autre côté, on va monter le jambe gauche. Lift your left leg up now. Shine the sole of your foot to the sky. Le pas de votre pied gauche brille vers le haut. So grab the outside of your left foot or your big toe with your peace finger. As a matter of fact, you can grab any part of the leg. Attrape n'importe quelle partie de ton jambe gauche. Take a deep breath in. Et avec une expiration, tire le genou gauche vers le sol à l'extérieur de ton côté gauche. So you're pulling your left knee down towards the outside of your left rib cage. Et la main droite reste légèrement à l'intérieur du cuisse droite pour descendre le genou. The right hand rests lightly on the right thigh to encourage the right knee to lower. Approach this with compassion and kindness. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Give your body a little bit of time to receive this information, to be ready, willing to open up to this idea. And try not to create any more tension by over squeezing or by engaging in other areas of the body that may not be necessarily, like engaging muscles in your face. Alors, au lieu de serrer tous les muscles du visage, relaxe et déclenche tes dents. Relaxe les joues, la langue, les yeux, le front. Soften all of your facial muscles. Cinq derniers cycles de respiration. Just 5 more breaths now. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen the pose. À la fin de votre dernière souffle, at the end of your last exhale, lift your right foot back up towards the sky. Let's take our full happy baby. On va prendre le posture de bébé au complet. Alors, attrape n'importe quelle partie de votre les jambes. You're grabbing any part of your leg. It doesn't have to be the edges of your feet. It doesn't have to be your big toes. But both of your knees are open wide and the heels are shining up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. With your spine lengthened on the mat, exhale, pull the knees down a little bit further. Just 5 breaths. À la fin de votre dernière souffle, when you get to the end of your last exhale, you're going to release your grip. Hug your knees in towards you. Rapproche les genoux vers toi. Give yourself a little hug or a little squeeze. Maybe even massaging the low back into the mat again. And on your next exhale, you're going to extend your legs back up to the sky, heels up towards the ceiling. And before we go anywhere in this pose, just make sure that there's nothing behind your skull. The back of your head is flat on the mat so that you don't injure your neck. Keep your low back grounded, your heels right in line with your hips, and press your heels to the sky. This is option A, and you could stay right here. Option B, deuxième option. You're going to bring your feet to the mat, lift your hips, and put your accessory behind your sacrum. Tu peux garder ton accessoire derrière de votre sacrum. And then maybe try bringing your feet back up. If you don't like your feet up, you can keep your feet down. Alors, si ça ne va pas ici aujourd'hui avec les pieds vers le haut, garde les pieds sur le tapis. So the lower back is lifted slightly. Keep your head and shoulders on the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Troisième option, third option is to come into plow. So only if you feel ready, seulement si ça fait du bien sur le presse. I'm going to remove my block for a second. You're going to lift your hips up and over your shoulders and let your feet slowly, slowly, slowly descend to the floor. And they might not. So maybe your accessory is more to the front, to the back of your mat, so you can rest your toes.
Now, the secret, the key to this posture is to lift your hips up high over your hips, over your shoulders. And maybe you're doing this today with no hands. Breathe. Remain calm, cool, and collected. Maybe drop the knee. Snail. Three more breaths. 3 cycles de respiration. On your next inhale, straighten your legs. If you're in plow, you're going to slowly escalate your spine to the mat. Alors, si vous êtes ici, lentement, tu vas dérouler ton colonne sur le tapis, vertébré par vertébré. Now, if your legs are up towards the ceiling with the block underneath you, you're going to lower your legs one at a time. Take a deep breath in, lift your hips off the mat, off the block. Remove whatever's underneath you, and then escalator your spine back down. If you need to, give yourself one more hug around your shins or your thighs. Maybe forehead lifts to the knees. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Then slowly lower back down. Option to keep your knees bent, feet on the floor, extend your legs straight out. Le bas de dos, les omoplates, le sac, l'arrière de votre camp bien planté sur le tapis pour une colonne neutre. So lower back, shoulders, and skull on the mat for a nice neutral spine with very little effort. Rest your arms by your sides, or if you like, place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, so you can feel the breath rising and dropping underneath your hand.
Oh, I don't know what happened. I lost you guys at the end, but I hope you still had a good Shavasana. Oh man, it's so hard with the technology. I knew you guys were together. I could tell. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Keisha.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.